the Brooklyn Nets are going to be the number 7 seed in the Eastern Conference, meaning they will host a play-in game versus the Cavs, and they're lurking and looming as a threat to the top players and teams in the Eastern Conference.
Brooklyn! I'm so very happy this time of year, Jacoby. It's just a celebration of the regular season. And the Brooklyn Nets, imagine James Harden was on this team. They did a blockbuster deal that added Andre Drummond, that added Seth Curry. They hope to get Ben Simmons, but they still have Kevin Durant, who averaged 30 this year. Still was terrific. Kyrie Irving, just a dazzling scorer. Like, just to watch his loud buckets on a nightly basis are incredible. And now they have a chance to secure the 7 if they win against the Cavs, or if they lose, they're the 8th seed, which means
they gotta beat the winner of 9-10 to be the 8th seed.
Right. Either way, once they get in, they got to play against a really tough opponent.
Yep.
At the 1 spot or the 2 spot.
Yep.
Now, if you're them, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Celtics and Robert Williams' injury. But for the Nets to recover and make the playoffs and have a chance for the 7th seed after having prolonged losing streaks.
11-game losing streak this season, dog.
Prolonged
11-game losing streak. I don't think the Pistons did that.
Correct. That's why I like to acknowledge the journey as the regular season ends, because sometimes people forget the ebbs and flows that teams have had to go through to reinvent themselves to get to this point. It's going to be great to watch them in the playoffs.
Cleveland has had a great start of the season. They've had some injury, things happened. They lost Allen, they lost Mobley. But I don't expect them to beat the Nets. But you talked about Robert Williams. If the Nets win at home in the 7-8 game, they'll be facing the Boston Celtics. You talked about Robert Williams, but also looming is Ben Simmons. I assumed we would never see Ben Simmons in a Nets uniform this entire season. However, there are now reports that he could be back for the first round of the playoffs. We're not, doctors, we're not chiropractors, but what do you think about these reports?
I think it's a long shot. And I'm going to stick to my conviction here by acknowledging that he hasn't played since last June. Okay. And he's on a new team. He has a legitimate back injury that he's taking a shot into that
epidural,
back.
like my wife giving birth.
That's a real thing. And so for me to now see that player who had some psychological challenges that he talked about in Philadelphia, he already is a player that struggles to attempt shots outside of the paint as well as to shoot free throws, to now thrust him into a playoff situation. I think that's asking a lot. I would love to see him play. I hope to see him play. It's best for the game if he plays. But if I'm a betting person, man, that's a tough uphill climb for me to put my chips in the middle of the table.
And follow this roadmap. If the Nets beat the Cavs, which I expect they will in Barclays, that means they'll be the 7th seed, which means they will be facing off against the 2 seed. And the 2 seed got interesting yesterday. Every team played yesterday, and the Bucks, all they had to do was win. All they had to do was win against the Cavs to be the 2 seed, but they didn't really play. They didn't play to win. So they kind of gave the Celtics the 2 seed. The Celtics beat the Grizzlies. So now the Celtics are in the 2 seed. You mentioned Time Lord may or may not be back during this series. They hope to get him back, but they've still got Tatum and Brown, and Tatum and Brown showed out against the Grizz.
And let's talk about the journey of the Boston Celtics season, where Marcus Smart talked to them about sharing the ball more. And he, as their best passer, actually took initiative defensively and improved his three-point shooting to where now all of a sudden he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Are you old enough to remember when people said that you should break up Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown?
Yeah.
Okay, that was happening this season. How about when Ime Udoka first got the job and people wondered if he was in over his head, and Brad Stevens was moving up to the front office, and Al Horford's played quality minutes for their team. And so for the Boston Celtics to be the best defensive team in the league basically since the 1st of January, to them have the number 2 seed is truly phenomenal. in the Eastern Conference. I want to make sure I give them a lot of props for reinventing themselves defensively as a unit, as a starting unit, making a couple of trades to try to make moves. Like, I really appreciate what they did this year. And when we start talking about coaches of the year, I know Ime Udoka's not going to win it because Monty Williams and so many Taylor Jenkins is there and Spo's there. But, man, he definitely deserves consideration. He's done a heck of a job with this team.
I was a little curious about the Bucks not trying to get the 2 seed, but they're very comfortable with their matchup in the first round. But one team in the East that we don't discuss that much because they're almost too good, like the Suns in the West, the Miami Heat. We don't talk about them that much because we're always talking about 2 through 4. 2 through 4. Guess what? They didn't win yesterday. But something really interesting happened for the Heat yesterday.
I like to go deep in the box score. And late night, like on Christmas Eve, when everybody was asleep throughout the house, there was a couple of 40 pieces happening throughout the league. I saw my namesake Jalen Green even put one up. He'd been balling late in the year. But Victor Oladipo for the Miami Heat scored over 40 for the first 40 points for the first time in years. Okay, now that's a big news for a team that has Eric Spoelstra now developing another asset.
Yep, they just found on the couch cushions. They just found on the couch cushions a 40-point scorer.
Now all of a sudden the Miami Heat, the number 1 seed, looks stronger and look deeper. And you're right about the Bucks. Their championship tenacity and always staying the course and consistency paid off for them, because they get to play the Bulls, a team that's limping into the postseason. So I really like what ended up happening in the East. I felt like each team at the top got properly rewarded.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.